I am so delighted to be introducing Beth Weisenberg, who's one of the original founders of the Handel Group. She has such great wisdom and insights to share in the realm of leadership, especially in business capacities. And so I'm going to, without further ado, turn it over to you, Beth. Thank you again for being here.
Oh, awesome, Jen. Thank you for having us. We love doing this. Hi, everybody. I'm Beth Weisenberger, Handel Group, co-founder of Handel Group and Inner You. And today we're going to be speaking about the 7 ingredients. Wink, wink. There's really 8, so there'll be the 8th one. But Stacy, put up the first slide, please. So you all know what we're going to be doing today. And welcome from all over the world. I love that. And I'm going to ask everyone to turn on your videos unless you're driving or in some kind of place it would be dangerous for you to turn your video on. I don't care if you haven't showered. I don't care if you're wearing baseball cap. I don't care if you're eating your lunch. As a coach, I like to see people. So I ask that you do. Thank you. All right. So today is leading with integrity, the truth about leadership. So we're going to go through the 7 ingredients of a powerful leader. Stacy, you can take that one down and put the next one. Actually, let's do the next one. So the question becomes, what makes a powerful leader? And so today we're going to get the necessary ingredients. You're going to be able to see where you're at in it. And then I'll give you what to do to scale up. So if one of the ingredients is integrity, you're going to see, and I'll give the definition, you're going to then see, oh boy, I'm like a 6 out of 10 there. And then I'll give you actions that you can take to move that quality, that leadership characteristic to a place where it's now yours. All right, you can take down the slides, and I'm going to no slides right now. Thank you. All right, everybody. So let me give you some background. So what I do for the last really 17 years with Handel Group is coach executives. That's my whole life. So I'm an executive life coach. If you're an executive, a C-suite executive, I get since I'm one of the founders, I sit at the top, coach all C-suite executives, and then lead workshops and do talks on leadership. And then one of the things you have to know is that part of coaching a leader is we go into your whole life. So this is not just for who you are at your job. This truly is, when I come coach you, I coach your whole life. I coach, how's your body doing? Do you have a body you are proud of? How's your drinking going? How are your vices? So as an executive, you want to be very clear from the Handel method. There's many methods, but from the Handel method, we coach the whole person. So you can't be, being bad as a mom to your child and then think you're going to go in as the CEO or the founder and put your smile on and be all great after you just had a terrible fight and you were the one that deserves to apologize. So we do the whole life. So know as I go through these, the 7 ingredients of a powerful leader, really 8, that it includes your whole life. It isn't just you at work. It's you with your exercise. It's you if you say you're on a diet, why'd you just eat that piece of cake? So it's everything. Because if you don't have the kind of integrity that you need as a leader, how are you going to hold people to account? How are you holding anyone to account? If you procrastinate and, keep on mute, I'll get to you. If you aren't exercising and you're 25 pounds overweight, how are you yelling at somebody or holding someone to account for their integrity? It doesn't really work that way. So you have to know that as a leader, this is about you evolving your whole life. You want to be an extraordinary leader. You got to walk your talk in every area of your life. I'll never forget, I used to, for 8 years, I rode horses. And I was at the barn one day, hanging out with my horse and getting ready to ride. And at the moment I was doing that, I was grooming the horse, I heard these teenagers talking. And one of them was very upset with her mother. And she's like, I can't believe my fucking mother. How does she have rights to tell me I can't smoke cigarettes while she's smoking a cigarette? And I just laughed because it's true. How do you have any right? Okay, I mean, you do, because you could use the I'm your mother bullshit, right? So be very clear. I'm coming for your whole life. As some of you get a little disappointed, like thinking you could like compartmentalize. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Not if you want to be a great leader. All right. So let's get going here. So let's see. So let's put the 7 ingredients up first, Stacy, and then we're going to go through each one. And you can take a picture of this so that you can have them, because we're going to go through each one of them. So I'm not going to give you the definitions yet. Just hang out with them. There's clarity. There's integrity. Maniacal. Passionate. Courageous. Self-aware, and championed. And then there'll be an 8th. I'll give you that later. Okay, so we're going to now walk through every single one. I'm going to give you the definition, and then I'm going to hear what I'm going to want everyone to do is you're going to rate yourself with regards to that quality, that ingredient. Where are you with regards to clarity from that definition on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 being you got none, 10 being it's done, you're the best at it, okay? And you really want to notice number 6 is self-aware. So be watching how you rate yourself. I'll never forget when my sister's the one who invented the method. She's the one I co-founded the company with, my youngest sister, Lauren Zander. And when she and I were going through rating, this was dreams first. Rating my dreams, I gave everything an 8 out of 10. And she wrote back, bullshit. And it was true, because I didn't want to have to deal with anything, because anything you rate low, you actually have to deal with it. And I didn't want to deal with a lot of things at the time. So I understand, but tell the truth, it'll make a difference. Okay, let's go to clarity first. This is where you have a clear vision. It's locked in your gut. You understand that your dreams are your compass. You love and keep them as your directive. So as a leader, you've got to have a clear vision. And I don't care if you're leading one person or you're leading 5,000 people. Whether I'm working with the CEO of a startup who's got, 2 people, or I'm working with Michael Rapino of Live Nation who's got 5,000 people, both CEOs have to have a clear vision. Obviously, the public CEO will have maybe a bigger vision or not, but a startup should have a big vision. So you've got to know your vision. You've got to know your dream and your compass, because that's what has you be directed. So you got to be clear. Okay, so everyone drop in the chat where you're at with clarity. Let's see where you're at with clarity. Just drop the number in, 0 to 10, 10 being you are clear. And this is a good thing. So even though you give yourself a 4 or a 6 or a 5, that you tell the truth about where you're at, we can then get to, all right, what should I do about it? So this is not to feel bad. This is not, oh my God, you're awful, I have no clarity. No, this would be good. Wow, I need clarity. Okay, that's important. What is my vision for this division? What is my vision for this company? What is this vision for my team? What is this vision for me as a leader? This, by the way, in Inner You Career, which is our digital online coaching program, which I'll talk to you about the end, this is module 14. We have 15 modules. So we don't do this module of the 7 ingredients of a powerful leader till the end, because you need so much more to deal with your own humanity before you even get to this. So know there's a bunch of work you have to do before. And one of them is, when was the last time you sat and dreamed? So the first module of any of our Inner You's career or life is dreaming. We break your whole life up into 12 areas, and you have to dream in each one, not New Year's resolutions, dream. So that's why it says you understand your dreams are your compass. You've got to dream. You can't just have a goal called, I want to sell my company for 600 million. That's a goal. What's the dream? So what's your dream, and be clear about your dream. Okay, let's see what other scores you got in here. Okay, we don't have everyone scoring good. All right, so now let's give some suggestions. So next slide. So let's go through, oh, no, take that slide down. They don't give suggestions. All right. Stacy, make a note that we should do slides with suggestions. Okay, so let me tell you all what the suggestions are. So those of you who had less than an 8 with clarity, what you want to do is you want to write a dream. Make sure it's clear and you love it. I'm going to give you the rules of dreaming, although it's in module 1 of Inner You Career and Inner You Life. The rules of dreaming, the most important thing, Stacy, take me off the slide for a sec. Thank you. So let's see. The most important thing about dreaming, Nancy Hummel, I see you there. Nancy loves us. Nancy, what's some of the rules of dreaming? I'm getting you to play.
Present tense, write it as if it's already happened.
Okay, good. Slow down, slow down. Don't say another one.
Okay.
So dreaming is you write it in the present tense, not someday I'd like to open my own company and make a difference for women. No, that's not present tense. That's a someday, one day, maybe. Present tense with is I opened my company June 2021 and it's already rocking and already noticed. The New York Times did an article on us. It's present tense. Okay, second rule, Nancy.
Positive, and it's what you want, not what you don't want.
Yeah, that's key. So everyone, I just read the homework. I have a new CEO who's starting with me, very large company, and she wrote up her 12 areas of dreams, and every single one of them, even though it says in the module, no negatives, only say what you want, no one ever gets that. We all put in, you know, like whether the dream of your career is, and I want to work with a really great team, not like the last one I had that I hated. And I love someone wrote a chat in here about, let me learn how to manage my weasel. That would not go in the dream. Right? I love working with my boss and we dance well together. So present and no negative. So that's for clarity. Write your dream of your vision of you as a leader, you with the team. How's the team? How's the company? So write the dream. Number 2 suggestion. Okay, get ready for this one. You're not going to like this, but it fits with another ingredient of being a leader, is you read your dream 3. Oh no, this is a different suggestion. My bad. You just read your dream 3 times a day. So you have it, whether it's printed up, you have your dream on your computer, your phone, and 3 times a day, you read your dream. Read it and see it realized. You have to see it. When you read it, you see it. When one of my new dreams is a Handel and a daytime TV show, millions of people impacted. And I see it. I see myself up on the stage winning an Emmy. I see us, millions of people impacted. You have to see it. Okay, so that's clarity. All right. And then, all right, let's go to the next one. Next ingredient. Ingredient number 2, personal integrity. This is the difference between being true to yourself and being a fraud. Lives right here. As an entrepreneur, you must really like and respect yourself. You must walk the walk. Okay, so slide off. So let me talk to you about personal integrity. So first, everybody, I'll give you the definition, a further definition, and then you're going to drop it in the chat where you're at against your integrity. So there's 2 definitions we use. And you must have this to be a powerful leader. The ability to keep a promise to yourself. And as humans, we suck at it. You'll keep a promise to your child for the most part. You'll definitely keep your promises to your boss if you'd like to get paid and not get fired. You might even keep your promises to your spouse or partner. But guess who always doesn't keep their promises to themselves? Us. We're the worst. the end of the day, you're supposed to go exercise and you're so exhausted and you didn't like your boss today. And no, I'm not exercising. I need a scotch. You'll go have a scotch instead of exercise. I know you people because I know me. Right? So personal integrity is the ability to keep a promise to yourself. We suck at it. We're brats about it. I don't want to. You can't make me. You're not the boss of me. Fuck off and fuck you. Right? Well, that's how we are with our promises to ourselves. And we think we're going to be a great leader. And you can't even keep a promise to yourself. You're going to walk into work to lead a group of 10 people, 40 people, 100 people, and you didn't do any promise in the morning. Yeah, you show me how you can lead that team. So the ability to keep a promise to yourself. And number 2, and by the way, this is all in module 3 and this in Inner You. So, and number 2 definition, walking your talk, living true to your values, not your parents' values, your values, not my values, your values. And you already have your values. Are you walking true to your values? There's a lot of places likely you're not. If you take a look at the 12 areas, are you keeping your promises with regards to budgeting money and saving money and how much you spend? Are you keeping your integrity with regards to working out and exercise and being proud and happy with your body? I coach all C-suite executives. We don't move on until we deal with, in the first and second session, getting integrity in your entire life, your exercise, your eating, your sex life. No shit. If you're with someone and you ain't having sex twice a week, we are going to be smacking you. Because remember, this is all for you to live at your highest gear, like a car, 5th gear. This is for you to be the best, for you to have your dreams. And we're going to fight for your dreams. But the bad news is, and the good news is, it's all how you live your life. So integrity is key. All right. So now tell the truth. Drop your rating of integrity with regards to your ability to keep a promise to yourself and you living true to your values. All of them. Drop your rating in 0 to 10. Don't be shy. You're not in trouble. It's just tell the truth. It's okay. You then can see where you need to go. Excellent. Okay, so let's see. For integrity, suggestions. All right, ready? This is really important. Like if you get anything from today, if this is the only thing you do as homework, this would make the difference, especially if you do not keep promises to yourself. So make a list of your own personal needs. What do you need to be doing to make yourself happy and proud? Not what your brat or your chicken makes them happy and proud, because the chicken will avoid everything and the brat does whatever it wants to do. Those are not you. This is your higher self. Make a list of your personal needs. Like I'm 62 years old and I have a dream as I get older to be hotter, stronger, and sexier. So then I got to take actions consistent with that. I walk 6 days a week for an hour and 20 minutes, 6 days a week. I work out 4 days a week. Do I like doing any of that? Fuck no. Oh, yippee, let's go walking at 5:45 in the morning. No, who cares whether I like it or not? You see how I look? That's what I care about. I'm living to 105. Fuck off, world. That's my dream. Right? And then I'm going to take actions consistent with it. So where are you not? If you keep talking about meditating and you keep not meditating, right? Meditating down, journaling, exercising, eating clean, saving money. Write the list of your personal needs, manicures, pedicures, bike riding, whatever it is, spending time with your youngest child. You have what makes you happy. You have a checklist, and knowing your own is key. Okay, so that's one, make a list. Okay, number 2. Then you make, okay, I'm going to give you the rules. You then make a promise. I'm going to give you the 3 things you need to be able to keep a promise. You need a promise, you need a consequence, and you need an accountability buddy. There is no way you are going to keep a promise to yourself that you have not kept for months or years and think, oh, today I'm keeping it. Yeah, no, you're not. Stop lying. At least, no, you're not. Okay, I suck at this. I'm not going to keep the promise. Okay, but if I tell my mother, she'll make sure I keep the promise. Okay, so a specific promise, and then what's the consequence? The consequence is the most important. You need a consequence will feel like a punishment, but since I'm not inventing your consequence, you are, it's yours. So a consequence is something that would annoy the shit out of you that you have to pay if you don't keep the promise. And that's why you need an accountability buddy too. So when I decided to meditate after being a brat for 6 months, I should meditate. No, you shouldn't. You should meditate, but nah. So after about 6 months, I told my brat to fuck off, and I got an accountability buddy, and I meditated 5 days a week for a year. But my consequence was the only thing that helped me. I wasn't allowed my cup of coffee, my 1 cup of coffee, till I had meditated. For 1 year, I never broke that promise because I had my sister was going to hold me to account and she'll fucking kill me. And so you got to have someone who knows how to nail you appropriately. And I kept the promise. But I'm a brat. I needed to take my coffee away. So you have to come up with the vices are the best ones. So those of you who like to drink or smoke or, you know, internet or social media or whatever it is, you don't walk the dog, thank God. Yeah. You break the promise, you're walking the dog at 5 in the morning. Come up with something that manipulates the dark side from not letting you do it. You need a manipulation. That's the consequence. You want to get your integrity to be stellar? All my promises have to have consequences. Not once they become a habit, they don't, but they do to start because I'm just like anyone else. All right, let's go to the next ingredient. Okay, this is the one that you're going to see. If you don't have this one, you're not going to make it as a leader. Sorry. This is maniacal. You can't stop talking about your mission. And you want to flip everyone you meet to join the mission. You not only love the topic, you love who needs it. You're maniacal about the whole subject. You could even hear in Jen's introduction, right? You could hear her maniacal coming out about the new people and everyone and excited, like you could hear it. I know if we let Jen talk, she's going to talk about social change, right? You can't stop talking about your mission. Me, Handel Group, save the planet and the people, raise consciousness. Voices of a movement. I don't shut up about it. And I love the topic. And I love people and I love who needs it. You're maniacal about the whole subject. All right, drop the thing. Stacy, thanks. Okay, so here's the issue with this one. Be very clear about this. This is the ingredient where the rubber meets the road when it comes to your dream. If you won't face being maniacal and fighting for your dream, it's never going to happen. What do you think? Your dream's going to happen by being quiet, keeping your head down, and hoping people figure out what the fuck your dream is? Doesn't work that way. I know people think if I just do a really great job at work and keep my head down and be a good person, people will recognize me and give me the promotion. No! Rare. Your boss better know you want his or her job. You got to be maniacal. What's your dream? I have a client who wants to, be a CEO of a company. And I'm like, you got to go tell your boss. Oh no, he'll think I want his job. I'm like, you do want his job. You think he wants to stay in his job? He wants his boss's job. Go tell him. Oh my God, the boss was thrilled. like handled his succession plan right there. The boss didn't know. He goes, you want my job? I have to put in the succession plan. I would have never put you in because you're so quiet. I never even knew. And now he's in. Open your mouth. Be maniacal. If you're not willing, you will never be able to be the kind of leader you want to be. I'm not saying you have to own a company or found a company, but if you're a leader, you got to be maniacal about what you're leading. Okay. And this is the main ingredient that most of my clients suffer over. Because people get like embarrassed. Oh, I don't want people to know I'm maniacal. Oh my God, look at the maniacal people in the world. Yes, there's some very bad maniacal people in the world. Be one of the good ones. And being maniacal isn't for everyone. It might not be for you. And that's okay. You got to be honest about what ingredients you have and what you don't in your pantry. Maniacal is a tough one for people. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything else on maniacal. So here's what you could do. If you're going to take maniacal on, what you would do is tell at least 3 people a day, Monday through Friday. I'll let you off Saturday, Sunday. So at least 3 people a day, what you're up to. And listen, that's maniacal about everything. You don't think everyone in my world knows that I'm single and looking for my king now? I'm newly single. Everybody knows. I'm fucking maniacal about it on my podcast. I let everybody know. You don't want to ever talk to me again? I don't care, right? I'm going to be maniacal. It's my dream. I'm having my dream. So I would talk to 3 people a day about what you're up to. Okay? All right. Next one. Next ingredient. Next ingredient, passionate. You need to love and want to impact your area of artistry. You are inspired by it, proud of it, and love what it provides. No matter what it is, there is something you want to bring into the world that is an expression of yourself. It's what makes you you. So you've got to, if you're in a job, being a leader, and you do not love what you do, and you do not love anything about it, you're going to be in trouble. Yeah, you can drop the slide, Stacy. You got to be passionate about it. You got to deeply care about what you're doing. Passionate. All right, drop in your ratings on passionate, people. Oh, good. There's a lot of high scores there. All right, we got this one pretty much. All right, good. That's good. Thank God. All right, I don't think I had you drop maniacal in. Drop your rating on maniacal. Drop your rating on maniacal. Yeah. So you can see if you're looking at the ratings, that's the one that people have the most trouble with, because you like to not, you don't want to be noticed. You want to just do good and be quiet and get your job done, right? This is, no, yeah, you got to open your mouth on that one. All right, so let's now give you what to do about passionate, although lots of you are really high scores on passionate, which I love. So one of the things you can do with regards to passionate is, it's an interesting one, is go pay it forward daily. You know, like send out 3 emails a day that are acts of caring and mentoring. Pay it forward. Like do goodwill, because the better you feel about yourself, the more you want to give. So passionate will get impacted if you are paying it forward and caring about others. It gets the attention off you and it'll get you accessing passion, because being in goodwill and taking care of people makes a difference. All right, next slide. And then I'll take questions after we're all done with all of these. So the next one is courageous. You take risks. You even chase risks. You put your ordinariness through hell to be extraordinary. You can walk up to anyone and feel totally comfortable. You are charming and charismatic. You're not afraid to ask for anything. Better yet, you can easily and happily get a yes or a no. You like either because first and foremost, you like the truth. I love this one. I love the chasing risks. I love that you got to go through hell to give up your ordinary, to become extraordinary. You can walk up to anyone because you're so charming and charismatic. You're not afraid to ask for anything. And you're fine getting a yes or a no. All right, you can drop this slide. And, you know, it's take the risks, right? It's no, ask. Like if you go, oh, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to ask again. Fuck no, go. Ask again. That's called courageous because you want to know the truth. I'm like, hey, you guys, listen, I'm asking again. I love the truth. If it's a no, it's a no. Like, give me, I don't care. I was sitting with a new client that I didn't know was going to end up being my client, a CEO. Who's adorable, public company, the whole thing. And I thought he was going to get coaching from our CEO. And we're talking about it. And I'm like, he goes, aren't you going to coach me? And I'm like, no, I'd rather date you than coach you. Right. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so flattered, but I have a girlfriend. And it didn't matter. I loved that he told the truth and that I said it. I walked out of that breakfast so proud of myself, and he hired me too. So proud of myself for being courageous, like asking for what I want. What's the worst that could happen? They say no. What, they don't want to ever talk to me again? All right, fine. There's a lot more people in the world. All right, drop your score on you being courageous. Tell the truth, because a bunch of you are chickens. A bunch of you listen to the voice in your head that tells you not to bother people, leave them alone, don't pressure them. What will they think of me? Yeah, so this one needs some work. So let's discuss this one. Okay, so what you can do on this one. Ready? I'll give you a couple of suggestions. Of course, your chicken is going to start talking like, oh God, I don't want to do that one. Have a 5 minutes, not a lot, a 5-minute conversation with someone you don't know daily. Connect with someone you don't know daily. Oh my God, and it's just 5-minute conversation. Here's another suggestion to handle your courageousness. Do an improv class. That'll get your chicken right dealing. Or hire a media coach or join Toastmasters. Like if you really need a breakthrough and you're courageous, start talking to people every day. One a day, no biggie, 5 minutes every day. And not just, hey, how you doing? That's not a conversation. It doesn't take 5 minutes. So that's the courageous one that absolutely you will need. Okay, next one. Self-aware. Now, I know most of you think, oh, I'm self-aware. I got this one down. Okay, probably not. This is where you understand that you need your head under new management. You are clear that you often don't. Meaning you don't think you need your head under new management. Let me tell you what's going on in your head, people. All right, so let's do the self-aware. I'll tell you what's in your head. Stacy, drop it. Okay, so years and years ago, Dr. David Hawkins did a study. And what he discovered is that 80% of your thoughts in your subconscious and consciousness, 80% are negative. And 95% of the 80% that's negative is the same shit you thought yesterday. So if 80% of a human being's inner dialogue is negative, your inner dialogue, your thought, gives you your action and gives you your result. So every result you have in your life is a function of your inner dialogue, except 80% of it is negative. So what we did at Handel in module 2 of Inner You Life or Career, what we did in there is we named the 3 voices. So I'm going to give them to you so you can start becoming self-aware. I'll say the names and then I'll explain them. You have a chicken voice, a brat voice, B-R-A-T, and a weather reporter voice. Your chicken voice is the voice of avoiding confrontation, avoiding anything hard, avoidance. The chicken voice might say to you, you should probably go talk to your boss today. No, Tuesdays are never good. I'm going to wait till Thursday before the long weekend so he won't be that upset because I think he's only doing a half a day on Friday. Yeah, that's a good idea. And you'll think that's the greatest business strategy, and I will call you a friggin' chicken. That's a chicken move. Your brat is like my 19-year-old daughter. I don't want to. You can't make me. You're not the boss of me. Leave me alone. Drop dead. Fuck off. I don't want to. So the brat is the defiant one. The brat is the one that has you overweight, not exercising, spending money you shouldn't, not seeing a doctor, etc. Could be chicken, but that's the brat. You say, all right, today I'm just juicing. And then a little later, the brat goes, oh, you're really hungry. You're going to faint if you don't eat something. And so you go, oh, good, thank you. So you listen to the chicken and brat like they're friggin' God talking to you. No, it's your dark side. They're not even on your team. And the weather reporter, I'm sitting in Westchester. It is sunny and 90 degrees. All I can do is dress accordingly. Those are the facts. When you weather report in your life, you think you're speaking the facts like 90 degrees. Like, Beth, I don't have time to go to the gym. And you think I don't have time is as real as it's 90 degrees. So the weather reporter voice is the voice of excuses and reasons. I'll give you an example. I coach NFL players, and one of my players, Justin Pugh, I'm allowed to say his name, wrote me a text that said, he's on the Arizona Cardinals, and he wrote me a text that said, Beth, I thought of you today. I had to speak at the State Senate of Arizona, and he sent me the clip, and underneath the clip, he wrote, my chicken didn't want me to do it, but I told him to fuck off. So let me introduce you to your chicken brat and weather reporter. They are your board of directors. They will never be fired. They run your life, and they are not on your team. And their entire life is about messing you up and having you be small. And in Inner You, it's module 2, where we have you meet your chicken, brat, and weather reporter, because there is no way in hell you will have your dreams come true if you let the chicken, brat, or weather reporter run your life. So the self-aware ingredient of leadership is for you to be self-aware when your chicken, your brat, and your weather reporter are talking to you. Okay, great. All right. So some suggestions on what to do for self-aware. Meet your chicken, brat, and weather reporter. That's your job. Meet them. Once you can hear them, you can tell them to fuck off. And then what do? You put a promise, a consequence, and someone to hold you account. So you've got your dream. You identify your chicken, brat, weather reporter. You got promise and consequence so that you can fulfill your dream, not let the chicken and brat and weather reporter run the show. Because boy, oh boy, do they want to. All right, next one. Ingredient 7. Okay, championed. You understand that your support structure is critical. You surround yourself with people that love and support you, and you love and support them. You have no naysayers in your community, including the ones in your head. And if anyone isn't clapping for you, you handle them with care. Many of you have people surrounding you who are like, every time you speak, you whisper your dream. They're like, what are you, crazy? They should not be part of your support system. You want the people cheering you and fighting for your dream, not doing double or nothing like, oh, I didn't go for a walk today. Well, did you pay your consequence? No. All right, well, that's okay. Double or nothing. That's not who you want. You need someone like me, because I am not going to let you not have your dream. Okay, you can drop this one. So people, this is a really important one. I'll never forget, I had a breakup with a girlfriend, a friend of mine, who I coached her. She was a friend, loved her, still do, but I broke up with her. Why? Because she got a job stealing shit from one of my biggest clients. And when she's like, Beth, it's just business. I'm like, yeah, but I can't be friends with you because I champion all my friends to fulfill their dreams. And I'm going to fuck your dream up. I'm not going to let you have your dream. You're stealing from my client. I can't be your friend anymore. And that was the end of that relationship. Love her. We loved each other. We said goodbye beautifully. But no. Ew. So drop how you champion yourself and others in here, people. Drop your score in there. All right, we got mixed in this one, a little of everything. You got the right people. Some of you don't have the right people. Okay, so suggestions here. This is where you do an inventory of your community. Know who your clappers are and know who your naysayers are. And for some of you, this could be a little hairy because you got people who really maybe in your family are like against what you're doing. And that completely sucks. So you can't lie to them and like pretend you're not doing it. You got to go have the conversation. You got to go have the hard conversation with them about your feelings and how that makes you feel, not yell at them. So there's a conversation to have with them. But it could be like you could say to them, go, listen, if I get 3 clients in my new business, could you stop being a naysayer if I have 3 clients? And the naysayer goes, sure. If you get 3 paying clients, I will then root for you. Then go get 3 paying clients. So there's conversations to have with people who aren't buying into your dreams. You can't ignore it. And you can't keep them around because it messes with your heart and your dreams. The other suggestion is find your people. Find great mentors. Find a mentor that's worth it. Because as you move through, for those of you who are millennials and moving through as new leaders, you want to get some mentors. For those of you who are middle towards the end of your career, you got to deal with the naysayers there and not ignore them and stop calling them without telling them why. Go have a conversation with them. Because it sucks and it hurts if your friend who you love doesn't believe in you. So you got to go have that conversation. That's what we recommend. Okay, now the 8th ingredient, that's the bonus ingredient. All right, Stacey, let's give it to them. This is ingredient 8, transparency. This is the bonus. Transparency is when people are allowed to truly know you. There's no private you and public you. You know, I have a client that I'm working with now who's starting to retire, turn her company over to her sons, goes to the club, right, and hates it and puts on a whole other person because no one at the club was an entrepreneur and built a huge multi-million-dollar company. And so, you know, they like mahjong and tennis and she can't stand any of it. And she's being fake and she hates herself every day that she goes there because she's a private her and the public her. You can't do that. You got to get it so that you're transparent. It's all like, if you think this is how I am in my life, you're not like, this is as professional as I get. This is me, public and private. Okay, so let's see. So now, all right, take the screen off. Yes, your friends should be by your side 100% if you're going through something, but it's just as equally important that they believe in your dream. Not sitting around being critical, gossiping about you to the other friends. and being a naysayer. That means you have to work against someone that's your friend. No, get them to have the conversation with them. Don't be a chicken. All right, questions about any of the ingredients. And listen, if I'm going to open it up for coaching and questions. And then no, listen, some of you that this made a difference for, right? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to answer questions, but I want you to know this, that today inside of Social Change, we're going to do two things. I have Inner You Career that I'm going to give $100 off of for 24 hours. That would cost you, it's $650. That would be $550. That's if you are currently a leader and want coaching inside of your career and leadership, you should absolutely do that one. If you got the money, go for that one. It's $100 off and you get one private coaching session. For those of you who can't afford that, you don't need your career, you're doing well, but you need your whole life and integrity and your whole life, get Inner You Life. It's $425 with $100 off. It's $325 for 24 hours. And Stacy will drop the links in there. If you got value from today, how to keep it alive is keep it going. And Inner You is our digital program where you do it by yourself on your phone, on your computer at your own rate. And you get the one free. That's the easiest way to keep this alive. Okay, so now let me open it up for any coaching about leadership, integrity, anything you need. So just take yourself off mute and say, hey, Beth, I'm Amy. And then I'll find you on the screen. Really? This is the shy group? Okay, leaders would have questions for me, people. So unmute, say your name.
This is Allison.
Hi, Allison. Hi.
I was on yesterday.
Cool.
I'm not on video because I was driving earlier. Maybe I can turn it on now.
Okay, go ahead.
If I can
There
hold
you
it still.
are.
I'm in my kitchen.
All right, hi, Allison.
So my question, the first thing that I thought of, and this is probably like either the weather reporter or my brat, but when you said I am courageous, but when you said 5-minute conversation with someone you don't know daily, so tell me about that, because I am working from home, and do I just reach out to somebody on LinkedIn and make a connection? Give me more ideas, like how to do that when you're kind of stuck by yourself.
Okay, good. So number one, I bet if I just had you make a list of all the people in your life that you haven't lately spoken to. So it doesn't have to be someone new to start. Like if you're walking and you're hanging out at a, restaurant, and there's someone there you can talk to. But what have you talked to your cousin Judy in a while? When was the last time you saw? So start connecting to your community of people that you've got. Go through your contacts, get your phone. Sometimes I'll go through my phone and go, how is he? I wonder how he's doing. And I'll send a note, right? And go, how are you doing? Let's do a check-in. I haven't talked to you in forever, right? So Allison, just start reaching out to people you haven't spoken to. Start that way, 5 minutes a day with people that you have not spoken to, because it'll also handle paying it forward also and being generous with your time. And get on a Zoom, get on a phone. It's not like go LinkedIn somebody and start a chat. I'm not saying you have to do a stranger, although if you're out at a restaurant and you start talking to people, that's also awesome, right? So but Allison, you got people in your life, right, that you haven't talked to for a while? Remember Susie at your last job who you adored? Where is she? Go find her, go touch base with her again. That's what you're doing.
And I'm the kind of person that will start conversations with people like in line at the grocery store. So that's not the problem, but I wasn't sure how to do that daily. So that's a great idea, because I have those people and I know what you're talking about. You
probably have a list of at least 25 people that you haven't
probably more than that.
There you go. Yeah. So start every day, one, and you never know what's going to happen. I reached out to an old client of mine who I was like, how's she doing? I wonder if she's okay with the men and the blah, blah, blah. And I reached out to her today, and I was not going for getting her to hire me. I was reaching out to her. She's like, oh, Beth, we want to start with you again in September. I'm like, rock on, right? That had nothing to do with why I was reaching out to her. She came through my head and I'm like, how is it? And I was writing because I wanted to know how her date went with the guy, not anything about hire me. So you have no idea what will happen if you actually step out of your comfort zone. None. Okay, good, Allison. Start today. All right, good. Who else?
Hi, Beth. My name is
Hi.
Jacqueline. Thank you
Hi,
for your
Jacqueline.
time. I love your energy. My question has to do with ingredient number 7, and I'm considering approaching a naysayer to enter maybe something of like a mutual mentorship. You know, this is someone who I don't always agree with their level of integrity, but I, definitely respect her. And, I think there's some things that I can offer her too, about like living your leadership talk. So I was wondering if you maybe had any advice on how to approach her. I do think she tends to be a little bit of a gossiper. I'm not scared of that, but how do I approach somebody who maybe has these tendencies?
Yeah. So one of the things that we teach, and I'm going to teach you right now, is how do you have a hard conversation? It's module, I forget, 7. It's one of the modules. So the most important thing, Jacqueline, is anytime you start a conversation that's going to be hard for you or for them, you have to frame it first. You don't just go in. Like, listen, I need to talk to you about you being a naysayer. You will immediately, she'll defend and come right after you. So it's more, you got to frame it with, it could be, listen, I want to have a conversation with you because I want to upgrade our friendship. Or I want to have a conversation with you, whatever it is. What's the commitment of the conversation, Jacqueline? There's a commitment towards, listen, I want to have a conversation because I notice there's something that I get upset about with you and I don't want to get upset. And so I want to talk to you about something to make this better. So frame it first, then go in. Does that help, Jacqueline?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And that's for every hard conversation, whether it's a friend, whether it's a client, whether it's a boss, frame it. Do not go in. So one of the things I do as a leader with my chairman, right, is I'll say, like, if she wants me to do something a particular way, and I'm now about to go have the fight and argument with her that I don't want to do it that way, what I will do is I'll frame it with, like, Laura, I'm absolutely going to do what you want me to do. But I want to check something first because I want to see if I can tweak it like this. If not, I'll get exactly what you said done today. And then I'm going to go see if I can flip her to what I want to do. And I got about a 50-50 shot. But I got to frame it like that, not be like, Laura, and I don't think we should do it that way. I'm dead if I go that way. So you have to be really smart. You have to deeply know. Here's another, I'm going to give you more ingredients of leadership. This is another, what I do and work with people is you have to deeply know the wiring of your people, your friends, your family, the people that work for you, the people you are peers, bosses. You have to know how they tick. What's their wiring? And then if you know their wiring, it isn't about, well, they should just deal with me because I'm the boss. No, your job is to have them be productive if they work for you. So one of the things, like I have a very super sensitive coach in the corporate division, right? And you can tell I am not super sensitive, although I do get my feelings hurt. I do. But I'm a bitch, right? And so, so my coach, super sensitive. That if I go in to give her bad news from a client said something about her that I got to deal with, or I have to deal with something, I cannot just go in. I have other coaches that I can get on the phone and go, Stacy, what you just did sucked. And people will be like, yeah, I know that was. But with this person, I have to go, okay, listen, I've got some news that's going to upset you. You know, I completely love and adore you. You're not in trouble with me, but we got to discuss this thing. Are you breathing? Are you seated? Are you ready? So that's how I have to do her. Otherwise, I'll lose her for 3 days in her productivity because she'll get so devastated and so upset. In fact, if I do a shout out to someone else on the team and not her, she gets upset. So I know that about her. So I have to play with her about that. Okay, I'm not going to shout you out today because I did the other day. Like I got to play play with her or I'm going to lose her. You have to deeply care about your people, obviously including yourself. Okay, who else?
Hi, Beth. It's Christy.
Hi, Christy.
I'm the one with the weasel boss.
Oh, yay!
So my problem is I talk to him, but I know he doesn't. He's defensive. He's insecure. I don't know what he is. But my problem is that a direct approach does not work. And I'm terrible with framing touchy-feely, blah, blah, blah. And I might be able to write it down, but then he responds, and then I don't know what the next response of touchy-feely, blah, blah, blah is, because I didn't know to prepare.
Okay, so Christy, ready? Okay, so I'm going to coach you. So this is what God feel like. So I'm coming for you, Christy. Are you ready? Are you sure? Am I allowed?
Sure. Please
You're
don't cuss at me.
Okay, I won't cuss at you. Thank you for asking for what you need. Okay, so Christy, the problem is you have a negative inner dialogue about the weasel. You have
I
now
do.
said the weasel, he's this, he's that. So if you were to rate your respect of him on 0 to 10, 0 being absolutely no respect, 10 being respect, where are you?
I'm at about a 3.
Yeah, about a 2.5, 3, and could be a little less. So I can't, Christy, nothing's going to work because you already, so watch everyone, I'm going to give you one of our main principles that I didn't teach today. Here's the main principle. It's in module 12 for taglines in Inner You Career, which is whatever you believe, you prove. I'm going to say it again. Whatever you believe, you prove.
You're right. And I don't like feeling this way. And that's why I'm needing.
Yeah, you need to get some coaching, right? So I would definitely buy Inner You Career for sure, and take advantage of the $100 off, because you're going to get, Christy, you're not bad. You just likely something happened where he did something that hurt you or upset you, and you never got it resolved, and now you just hate him. I'm exaggerating a little.
I talked to him about a lot of stuff, but he just keeps repeating. I mean, he has no reason to change.
Yeah, but watch. You see how, so Christy,
But he said that to me. I don't have any reason to change. This is your problem. And he's right, it is. But I can't just all of a sudden decide, oh, I love him no matter how he treats me.
No, that would be a lie, right? So
Right.
our one of our taglines is maybe it's you. And it's a lie that it's maybe, because it
It
is
could
you.
be.
No, it is you. So, I'll never forget when I called my sister when I was married to my daughter's father, who we have a great relationship. He has a gym. He trains me at his gym. We had a fight one day, and I called my sister for coaching, and I was hysterical, crying, and oh my God, he's such an asshole. Oh my God, I hate him. And I'm crying through the whole thing. And at the end, she says, Beth, I'm really sorry that, you're this upset and this sad. Anything else you want to say? No. She goes, all right, ready? And I'm like, what? She goes, Beth, what did you do to him right before he did that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, what did you do before he did that? I'm like, Lauren, why are you asking me that question? He's the asshole. And she's like, yes, but can I hear what you did? And that's where I then started laughing, because it's an equal criminality, Christy. Your crap smells as much as his. You don't quite get that you're as critical you are of him is equal to his bad trait of you.
Fair enough.
Right? And so what there's to do is you've got to, I can't do it on this call. There's too much to do. But Christy, if you start with the self-awareness that it is you, which is both good news and bad news, everyone, because if it's her, then she can shift it. If it's all someone else, you're in trouble. So Christy, you really could shift it. And I would never tell you to like lie and now all of a sudden, oh, you love him and respect him. No, you don't. So there's a conversation that you've got to have where you start to see your equal criminality in it and own your side of it. But it is your job, according to him, because that's how he is the boss and you're, you work for him. It is on you, not him. And let me tell you something, every time I work with someone to shift who they are about someone else, and you shift, the other person shifts too. So this one's on you, Christy, I'm sorry. And I got you, it's the weasel and all of that, but unless you shift out of that negative dialogue, and we don't believe in positive thinking. So I'm not telling you to now think he's the greatest. You have to come up with something, Christy, you can believe, that you can prove. Whatever you believe, you prove. So for those of you that are single and dating, if you believe the dating sites suck, you will prove that. Not a smart thing. You got to believe you can find your love of your life there. You got to believe in your dreams. Whatever you believe, you will prove, including all the crap. So if you believe it's hard to lose weight after 50, you won't be losing any weight. I think it's the easiest friggin' thing. What? Right? So it's whatever you believe, you prove. Okay, Christy, so you need to do a little work on this one.
Well, that's why I was here.
I'm glad. So does it give you a place to start? Christy, does it give you a place to start?
Oh, yes.
So where I'll say it again, where you start is consider it's you. Maybe it's me. Maybe I have to shift and stop being mad at him for how he writes his emails, how he does this. You're rather critical of the things that he does. And then I'm sure you accuse him of being critical of you. So it's equal. So start to see the two peas in a pod. And there's
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's where to start. Okay, coolio. All right. Any other questions? So again, everyone, inner you career, 550 you get it for. Those of you who want to be great leaders and you want to work inside your career, go get that one. Inner you life, you don't need to work on your career, but you want to work on your life and the money's better for you that way, do that. And if neither work for you or you're not sure yet, then just drop into with Stacy, say you want to consult and we'll have someone speak to you and answer all your questions about Handel and coaching and inner you. Drop that you want to consult. Okay, any last questions before I end? Okay, so what we're clear about is there's 8 ingredients of a powerful leader. You've got which ones you're great at that you don't have to worry about, but keep being great about them. You've got which ones you were low on the scale and what action you picked to move it up on the scale. And don't start with all of them. Like Allison's going to do like the, 1 5-minute conversation. You don't like if there's three ingredients you're taking on, take 1 to start and take the actions. Then next week, if you like how you did with that one, take the next one and take actions that week on that one and keep going back and forth with them. You don't have to take all 3 on at once. You can, if you want to take on 1 or 2, that's fine. But there you go. So the truth about leadership and the 7 ingredients of a powerful leader, leading with integrity. Jen, anything else for us?
A huge, enormous thank you, Beth. This was a great session. I'm really delighted at the ways in which you've really lined out, you've explicitly explained the important aspects of leadership. I think it is going to make a huge difference in the lives of social impact professionals. And so want to say a huge, huge thank you. Thank you for joining us and leading the session. It is such a pleasure to have you. And I'm looking forward to future opportunities to hear from you.
Okay, great. All right, everybody. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. All right, go get them, people.